I'm about to show you how to bake this pork chop with some onions in the oven. It's delicious, and we're going to get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I've got my iron skillet heating up with some oil in it, and I have taken 2 large onions and I've just sliced them up like that right there. We're going to go ahead and get that down in there. I want to saute those onions up. It won't take long, just a few minutes of sauteing those, and then we'll get them out, and then we'll set them in a bowl and set them out of the way for just a few minutes. I've got the onions sauteed and I've got them setting out of the way. So now I'm going to take a 1/2 cup of flour. It's just all-purpose flour. And then I'm going to take a tablespoon of Creole seasoning. I'm going to put this in a bowl, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of some black pepper. And I want to give that a good mix, just kind of blend all that together in that bowl there. So I've got a family pack of some pork loin boneless thin cuts that I bought from the grocery. I'll go ahead and get those opened up. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the same pan here of the iron skillet, and it's still pretty warm, and I've got just a little bit of oil in there. And I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to drop them off in that flour mixture. Just kind of coat them on both sides, and then I'm just going to start frying them in that skillet. About like that. This kind of give them just a little crispy texture. So I'll finish dipping those in there and get those fried up. I've got the pork cuts browned up, and I've taken them out of the skillet and set them off to the side. So now I've got a 13 by 9 baking dish here, lightly greased, and I'm going to take 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, and we're going to put in that. Get that out. All right, I got 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce I'm going to add to that. And 1 1/4 cup of chicken broth. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to take a fork and I'm just going to kind of stir this around just to blend that together just a bit. Boy, I'll tell you what, that smells good. This is real easy, super simple. It's got a lot of flavor. You can do this with thin cuts. You can use 1-inch pork chops if you like. You might have to adjust the cooking time just a little bit for the thicker cuts, but in general, it all works the same. All right, so I got that mixed together. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my onions that I sauteed earlier, and we're just going to go ahead and add them to that mix. And I'm just going to spread those out just a little bit. All right, that looks good. And now we want to just bring our pork chops that we browned up, and we're going to just kind of nestle that down in there. We'll kind of work them down in there a little bit. Kind of help cover them up some. Now I used Creole seasoning on these. If you want to use just seasoned salt, something like that, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have the Creole seasoning. I just happen to like Creole seasoning. It gives it just a little bit of a zest, just a little bit of an extra kick there. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now, I like to go right over the top of that with this Kinder's buttery garlic salt. Now, I'm not going to add just a whole lot, but I'm going to just a little bit over the top there. There we go. It's just a light layer there. And that's pretty much it. Uh, I am going to go ahead and take a little bit of rosemary. I've got a few sprigs here. And I'm just going to lay that out on that just about like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in the oven at 350 degrees. And I'm going to give it about 30 minutes or so. So I'll go ahead and get that in there and get it cooked, and then we'll be right back. So everything's been cooking in the oven for about 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and get it out and see how it looks. There you go. That's pretty simple. And that is going to be delicious. All right, let's go ahead and get this on the plate. Oh my goodness. That is going to be delicious. Boy, if y'all could smell that, that rosemary smells so good. Okay, guys, it's ready to eat. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you give it a try. It is very good. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your support. God bless.